What's going on YouTube? This is an update on Lil Durk case situation that he had court today. So let's get into the video and react to it.
Down from the first words that was stated in court today by the judge to the jury selection and the instructions. Shout out to Trapler Ross. He's been in court doing an excellent job reporting on this trial from day one. But the judge came to court today and he said something that I have a really big problem with. But for some reason, is not being treated with the seriousness and severity it should be treated as. This is not okay. Now, this isn't even the most serious offense that I believe is sabotaging. This is just the beginning. Let's take a look.
All right, folks, so I'm here at the federal courthouse for day one officially of Lil Durk's murder for hire trial. And I'm not gonna lie, things got off to an absolutely insane start. It was actually a wild start. No disrespect to the judge, but the judge made just a little bit of an accident. Look, we're only human, but the judge accidentally said something that nearly completely ended the whole proceedings. Like, it was actually crazy. So the judge was kind of introducing everything, you know, reintroducing the charges. The prosecutors had their opportunity to like reintroduce to this potential jury what the charges are, what they're going to be facing, everything that's going on with that. And what was really crazy is that, you know, during the judge kind of explaining what was going on, he made just a slip of the tongue. It was completely accidental. You know, it wasn't like anything where I don't think it was intentional. I don't think it was gonna create any.
Why can't you just get to it, man? Why you gotta keep repeating the same thing over and just stretch the video out longer to make more money on YouTube or something? Like, get to the point, man.
But it was a pretty wild moment, and they basically sort of reread the charges, and then they said, oh, you know, all of the defendants, they've pled guilty to these charges. And then it was like straight gasps in the courtroom. People were like, what? There were people that were already in the courtroom. They were handing out like leaflets, like Free Durk booklets and leaflets, postcards. I even got one right here. I got given like a Free Durk postcard. So I guess I might be team Free Lil Durk now. Shout out to the people that are in there, you know, doing their thing. But there was this absolutely wild moment where the judge said, yeah, they all pled guilty. And then it was like, gasp, it was like, what? And then he was like, not guilty, my bad. And he kept it moving. Now look, he was very professional. I don't think that is anything that you could say was going to taint the jury or going to cause any major problems. It was only...
That don't sound good. That's why that don't sound good, man, at all. I mean, it's Free Durk, but still, man, what the hell's going on?
It was a slip of the tongue, but it was like a raucous start. Like, the courtroom gasped, and then when he corrected it, it was like there was sort of like chuckles. People couldn't really believe what was going on, and it was just like, it was...
I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. But ain't ish funny when a nigga on trial for his life, man. Ain't ish funny, man. At all. Not a goddamn thing.
I mean, it's not funny, but Trapler Ross couldn't even get to the point. Tell what the hell was going on. Like, that was annoying to me.
Funny when a nigga on trial for his life, man. So all that chuckling, all that ha, oh, my apologies, sir. I didn't mean no. Man, cut it out, man. Hey, bruh, mistrial, start this over. I don't even want a possibility that somebody in this room could hear that. Now that person leaves this room already biased, thinking I'm guilty. Now they related to somebody who...
I don't think Durk wants to reach mistrial. He's been in jail for that long. He can do a mistrial and be in jail for another 2 years. Now, keep it rolling.
Maybe pick for this jury pool. Now that person is already... Man, cut it out, man. Man, restart this trial over with, man. What you talking about? Now, the probability that the public being swayed by this is slim. But when somebody's life is on the line, ain't no room for a mistake, ain't no room for mistakes, ain't no room at all for none of that, bruh. At all. So, nah, I don't think that was funny. Now, that's not the most egregious thing that took place in court today. That's just something that I personally felt like, hold on, bruh. Bruh, I don't believe in mistakes, bruh. Like, now, do I feel like that was meant to be malicious towards Lil Durk? I don't know. But do I think it was a complete accident? I don't think so. Maybe he was trying to be funny. All right? Maybe he was trying to break the ice in the courtroom, but that's a bad way to break the ice, man.
It was just a crazy start. And like I say, people are in there, they're fighting for Durk's innocence. Look, I'm not gonna lie, there were a few people in there. I didn't get any hate, fortunately, but there were people in there saying how much they hate DJ Academics, saying that he's spreading bad narratives, that, you know, they're fighting for justice for Durk. Durk's innocent, and respect to everybody.
These academics catching him straight Bullets, man.
That was there and is, giving their opinion across for this. I even actually got an opportunity just now, I hope they don't mind me saying this, but to speak to Big Durk, Durk's father. He said he appreciated some of the positive coverage that I've done. Obviously,
These dumbass Negroes, they can't get mad at freaking DJ Academics. The shit's already out there. It's public information. If DJ Academics ain't covering it, somebody else gonna get that news. They gonna make that money.
I've done some positive, some negative, but as I said to him, I said, look, I really try and cover the positives. I'm not biased. I'm really not trying to be biased.
They worry about the wrong ish, man. Yo, Lil Durk, get your team, bro. They worry about the wrong stuff. You on trial right now for murder. You fighting for your life. You trying not to do life in prison, and your team is in court. Instead of being focused on the case, being focused on the trial, they worry about DJ Academics. They worry about media and blogs. Sir, he's on trial. You're in court, and like that's your focus? Now, here's the most concerning part about all of this, is the jury selection. See, we all know what the game plan is, man. The game plan when it comes to one of us, we don't want one of them like in this jury. We don't want one of them in this jury because we understand what the repercussions is, man. If one of them is in this jury, they gonna have each other back. We don't want one of them. But they can't just come out and say, hey, no niggas. No, they can't say that because they understand the repercussions, okay? Right, yo, you come out and say, no niggas, hey man, even if you find him guilty, like mistrial, bruh. So they use coded language. And when I listen to the jury instructions or the questions for the jury selection, all I hear is coded language, trying to violate Durk's right to a jury of his peers. This is coded language for no black folks. And the questions they're asking is very strategic because they about to target them.
Okay, so I'm here outside the federal courthouse for day one of the Lil Durk murder for hire trial. And what is really interesting is that jury selection has begun. So let me give you the update on exactly what's going on. We've just had jury selection. Basically, jury selection is now ongoing. It was a packed courtroom. They've got 80 potential jurors. It sounds like that's probably like, I don't know if I want to say it's unusual, but it sounded like it was kind of on the more heavy side. What's really, really interesting is that obviously they've got so many jurors, they've got so many options because there's really
80 jurors, and then they're gonna break it down to the final 8. That's how it is. Like, come on.
So much scope for this to go wrong with the jurors, I'm not gonna lie. They said straight up to all of the jurors in the courtroom, look, this is about a murder case related to a very well-known rap superstar, like a star. He is a big name. You might have heard of him. All right, they said that they were going to give the jurors a massive questionnaire to try and find out a whole bunch of different things. Now, unfortunately, the media and the public, they're not going to be privy to what's on that questionnaire, so we don't know who's on the witness list. We don't know what was asked on the questionnaire. But what we do know is that it was very big, it was very comprehensive, and apparently what we did hear is that some of the stuff that they are going to be asked is if the jurors are into rap music, if they're into hip-hop, what their relationship is with hip-hop, what their kind of history is, kind of following this kind of case, this kind of coverage, if they've got any knowledge of the judge, of the lawyers, if there's any backstory that kind of, might make them biased, and they've been given that questionnaire. So I thought it was going to be a longer day today.
This jury pool is from Southern California, Los Angeles County, Southern California, right? And in the surrounding areas. If you are asking, hey, do you know anything about hip hop music? And that's gonna quote unquote disqualify you. Yo, what's your relationship to hip hop music? Do you listen to hip hop music? And if that's a disqualifier, who's gonna get disqualified in Southern California that listens to hip hop? Blacks is out of here. Probably Mexicans, you out of here. Who's left? Indians, like some Asians, grandmamas probably, white folks, right? So we understand what this is. Yo, this is like coded language. Hey, bruh, no urban folks, sorry. Or like even things like, yo, where'd you grow up? The minute you say, hey, I grew up in South Central, out of here. So go out of here. Yo, don't even bother filling out the rest of the questionnaire, man. You put South Central, out of here, sorry. Now, they're gonna use these coded languages and they would never say, hey, it's because you're black. No.
All right, tell me what you guys think about the whole situation. You think Durk's gonna get a fair trial? You think the jury's gonna screw him over? Let me know. Comment below, like and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.